Pick like a mad mofo.
You guys,
still.
I'm not gonna lie, Mavis Beacon.
Yeah, you can say it, dude.
And we had a competition at work a couple months ago, and I got 108 words a minute with no errors.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. I should become a typist in like a typist school in like the 1950s as a lady, because I would do really well.
Should like relearn how to type on one of those crazy court recorder.
Yeah, they actually get paid really good money.
Bang!
I'm not surprised about that. Yeah.
Right. And all I do is freaking sit and listen to like, I chop my wife up into millions of little pieces.
No, what it would really be like is like, so on today's business lawsuits, so-and-so suing so-and-so over paragraph 7.
Right. Or it's like, speeding ticket number 7,597.
Oh, really? Your speedometer was broken too, huh?
Interesting.
See, I would be
came to court to dispute that shit, huh?
I would be the person where, like, on my third day, I just, like, hook up, like, a Dragon Speak microphone and be like, suck it, bitches. It's gonna work somehow.
Right. No, it would work.
It still blows my mind they don't just record it all. Like,
yeah.
You could... Well, why have a court recorder with, like, a video camera and a microphone solves the entire... Like, why pay someone for that? I mean, I'm sure there's a reason.
There's still a law in the books that it's illegal to video record inside a courtroom.
But audio.
No, they do that. They
Not on the big cases. That's why there's always the really shitty hand-drawn colored pencil pictures.
But what about audio, though?
Yeah. Audio, I think it's kind of the same deal because, like, what transcribists are writing into can't be read by just, like, an average person. So even if, like, the document is leaked, your average person can't read it because it's not actual letters.
Yeah,
it's shorthand.
Shorthand, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
And I guess there'd be an issue, too, because if you just had an audio recording and someone's like, well, yeah, but he was gesturing sarcastically, but you can't pick that up on audio, like, that could be an issue. And
Right, same thing with, it's like, look at Exhibit A. I rest my case.
What was it? Don't leave me hanging.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Well,
describe in great detail what is on my bulletin board.
on that note, viewers, welcome to the BitLag podcast.
Welcome.
Excellent. That was great. Smooth. I like it. We're keeping it. Keep rolling. Someone said cheers. Or,
cheers.
As my native people say, Prost.
Red drink.
What? Red drink?
I can't identify.
Purple drink.
Ryan, you're like 30 seconds late to the freaking salute. Come on, man.
He's actually drinking beer. He's ahead of us.
Forgiven. Were you going to ask where Prost is from?
No.
Germany.
Right? I was going to ask, what is that? Just water in the cup?
I know there's a beer.
Yeah.
No, it's Pepsi Max, but just Pepsi Max.
That's okay.
You guys, it's like my bedtime. I got to stay up. Here I am.
There's a brand of beer up here in Portland. I want to say Widmer. If I'm wrong, Portlanders, please don't kill me. But I want to say it's Widmer. And every time you pop the cap on the bottom, it has like a props to, something. And it's like something that people genuinely adore. Like, to rock, paper, scissors! And you're like, that is a great thing. You're right. Let's toast to that.
Right. Son of a bitch. They're right again. My beer cap's right again.
They're always right.
First Snapple, now this.
Right.
Yep.
Damn.
Snapple. And then maybe they still do, I just haven't drank one forever, Sobe. Don't they always have like a funny saying?
Oh, yeah.
The cap of Sobeys? Yeah. Yep. Sobeys were so cool for a little while.
Yeah, they were the shit, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, let me take you guys on a mind adventure for us 90s kids. Do you remember the drink Orbits?
Oh, yeah, with the little floaty...
Orbit. Yeah, had gelatin balls in it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Literally, it tasted like shit, but I thought I was so cool drinking it.
That turned into bubble tea, man. You guys had this bubble tea shit?
Well, isn't it pronounced boba?
I don't know.
It's like Japanese, right? Like it has the big like yogurt balls.
Like the English equivalent, people just say bubble tea, but yeah, it's boba.
Okay.
Yeah. Every girl I've ever known has been like, "You've got to have some bubble tea." I'm like, I don't like balls in my mouth. That's your thing.
The one that I will recommend though is you can get
girls love
ones where they're kind of frozen, like it's more of a shake, and they have one that's made from root, like potato, but it's purple. It's super good. Like I love it, and it's just like tapioca balls basically inside.
Yeah. The new bubble tea in Portland, which I'm sure it's the same everywhere. I just identify with Portland because that's where I live. But the
It takes things a while to get to Utah. It takes things a while. Yeah.
Like, have you seen those
real.
like
You
chia
guys are like
seed
Canada?
drinks?
The what?
Like those chia seed drinks, they've got like chia seeds like floating in them, like not just like floating in them, like it's like mostly that with like some liquid suspending it, and you're like drinking phlegm. It's so disgusting. I'm sure, and it's supposed to be really healthy. And Portland's all about the health kick. We'll do anything if it's healthy. Like we will straight up suck horse cock if it will like extend our lives for 5 years.
You guys are pretty crunchy.
Yeah, dude. Straight
up. Just in sucking horse cock saved life.
Horse sperm. You love.
Dude, we would be protesting in the streets to make that legal. Like
right. Which is fine. Like chia seeds. As soon as they became super popular, I read something that was like talking about how if you overdose on them, they can kill you.
Oh, great.
Yeah, like I'm not even kidding. But it's like you have to eat so much that like you would be the dumbest person ever. You know what I mean? But yeah, now I can't find it. If I find it, I'll link it to you guys. But remember how I always say I'll link things to you guys?
Never.
People do that shit, dude. People take stuff to the extreme, like hard fucking core. Like there are people who are like, I've heard kale is super good for you, so I'm going to eat only kale.
Right.
Congratulations. You're going to die.
Right. It turns out that I'm super afraid of kale because my dad got kidney stones all the time as like a young man. And his doctors, it's like a specific type of protein. Like he doesn't process a certain protein right. And it's found readily in kale and peanuts and like a few other foods. So now I'm terrified to eat kale. I don't want to piss rocks. Come on.
Yeah, don't risk it, dude. I mean, kale's good for you, but you don't want to pass a baby through your urethra.
No, I know. I plan on using that for other things.
Yeah.
I'm like super used to kale now because I did the whole juice diet thing for like 3 months. So like I literally did not eat solid food for 3 months. I just juiced vegetables and like you put kale into every single thing.
Yeah.
Like it's just like vegetables and kale, fruit and kale, kale.
The Darth
Did
Vader
you use
diet.
your juice tiger?
I bought like this super expensive juicer. No, it's what was it? I still got it downstairs. It's like a $300 juicer because
I'm sorry. It was a really random reference just so I married an axe murderer. Where she's like, I bought a juice tiger. I juice everything now. It's
hid.
Yeah. The only juice diet that I ever tried, and it was for like 2 days, it was like the lemon juice diet, which is the worst one, where it's like real maple syrup.
I did that.
Cayenne pepper and lemon juice. Yeah.
Fuck, terrible.
It's fair.
Well,
fair.
and so
It helped.
the obvious and funny thing about those diets is, you're going to lose weight, but once you start getting off the diet, you're just going to gain it back because you're starving yourself, and then you're going to go back to normal meals.
I just remember, like, the guy who told me to do it, he told me, like, the worse you feel, it means the worse shape you're in. Like, the harder it is for you. No, like, day 2, I was like, I'm the worst. Like,
well, it's crazy, though. You get
so
into the high, man. Like, so you go into this thing called ketosis. You know, I'm sure you've heard of this.
Yeah.
And so, like, the first day isn't bad. The second day is pretty bad. The third through, like, 7th day, you want to die. Everything's bad. You're always hungry. You're grumpy. Mm-hmm. Anyone who talks to you, you just want to murder them. And after that, you get on, like, this, like, crazy, like, I'm starving high, and things are great for, like, 2 or 3 months. But then after a while, you just get so miserable that you have to eat food.
Then you meet the Buddha on the road, and he teaches you the 10-finger palm technique.
5 fingers.
You must have a steak.
Yeah, the same thing happens with me with, like, sleep deprivation. Like, where, like, eventually, like, I get so tired, I stop being tired, and I just kind of go nuts.
And then you hallucinate.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever, I call it, I used to have a funny name for it, and I can't even remember what it is anymore, but it's like if you cross the threshold of Nyquil's capacity, like you take Nyquil because you're sick, but you stay up past the time that it's trying to make you sleep, like you fight through it, dude, weird things happen.
I've never tried
it
that.
makes you so hyper, and I was sweating. And
it makes me understand why people started making meth out of it. I totally get it. Like, if you
totally
concentrate that and just straight mainline it, I get it. Totally makes sense.
Now,
just straight in the neck. Like,
so, I don't know if I have any NyQuil with me. I know I have Dayquil, I think.
Well, they nerfed it, dude.
Could you do the same thing with melatonin? Because I use melatonin every once in a while.
I don't think melatonin will do it.
Damn it.
I'm pretty sure if you overdose on melatonin, you just pee it out. Like,
I'm pretty sure you just fall asleep.
Right.
If you overdose.
You fall asleep and then pee the rest out in the morning.
You fall asleep for 3 days. That's what
Right.
happens.
No, I can't take Dayquil because it makes me hallucinate like something fierce.
But you know something? Your cold doesn't care if it's day or night.
That's true. It
Doesn't matter.
It does not.
No.
It doesn't matter if it's green or orange. You're sick.
I'm
So it
sick.
tastes like orange shit or green shit. Either
Right.
way.
Tastes like crap.
Oh, this is actually a good question. What flavor medicine did you guys take the most as a kid? Like, what flavor do you identify with medicine? Because
Probably
like some people can't eat cherry because it reminds them of.
The purple NyQuil flavor.
I think that's actually cherry.
That
yeah,
was
mine's
the thing. Like my mom was like, "Oh, you got a cough? Take some NyQuil. Oh, you broke your arm? Take some NyQuil." Like everything was like, "Whatever it is, take this, go to sleep. Tomorrow we'll deal with it. If you're still hurting, we'll go to the hospital."
Today you become a man. Take some NyQuil.
Well,
Step
like,
is sleep off.
I think mine is probably cherry, although like I don't really mind cherry. But what flavor is NyQuil?
It's cherry, I believe.
Is it?
Like
but
the
it's
original.
green.
Well, no, NyQuil. No, wait. Oh, you're right. There's a green NyQuil.
Yeah.
Well,
What
the
other
purple-
flavor or what other color NyQuil is there? I thought it was just green.
No, purple NyQuil. I don't know what it is, but it's the one I take.
Oh,
I think-
I don't know.
are you
I've
sure?
never
Purple
taken.
NyQuil?
a
Are you sure you're not
non-green-
taking like
Are you fucking serious? Yeah,
printer toner?
I'm pretty sure it's purple.
All right, quick research. NyQuil.
Are you
Doing
taking Gatorade? Great.
Vicks NyQuil nighttime relief? Let's see what flavors we got here.
Fierce grape Gatorade? Is that what
Okay.
you're taking?
So-
Give me Gatorade and sleeping pills.
It looks like original is flavorless, and it probably tastes like menthol. It's the green.
Yeah, that's probably right. Menthol.
There is
It
then
tastes like
a
crap.
red cherry, and then there is an orange
Yeah,
orange.
The red purple one, like the
Red purple. No, I think it is more purpley. Like on their website, it is straight up like the brightest red ever.
It's
But I
red.
think it's more
No,
purple.
I see it. So it looks red on there, but like when it's in your hand, it's purple.
Yeah. No, I
It's-
believe you.
It's purple drink.
Well,
So-
because you're taking
Purple
it at
drink.
night, so the lights are off. So when you look at the red,
It's nighttime. There's no
Exactly.
lights. If it was daytime, it'd be red. But it's nighttime.
So mine is actually, it's really funny. All the other kids I know growing up took purple Dimetap, like their cough syrup was purple.
Yeah, that was super popular.
Are you
yeah,
sure it was
I had-
red?
I had orange, and it was orange flavored, and it's the orange flavor of Amp energy drink. Tastes exactly like it.
Really?
But instead of hating it, I love it. Like, it's awesome. I could drink it all day.
So I will say that like whenever like I get a cold, which seems to be like once, maybe twice a year or something, I get so fucking pumped about slamming back NyQuil. Like
Oh,
that is like the
that's-
best part about getting sick is like I get to just take slightly more than is prescribed, and by slightly more I mean 3 times as much,
Right.
and I just get to ride that wave.
Dude,
Well,
I
I
don't even
think
measure it. I'm just like the bottle.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I think we
that's
all get to the
about
point
Well,
where you just bug jug it out of the bottle.
it's
'cause
a serving
who
a
cares?
bottle, right? Without looking, you just
Yeah.
one serving adult size. Whoop.
Like my
Done.
idea is like the bottle is until I'm not sick anymore. So like I if I feel like I'm 3 days sick, I'm gonna make it last 3 days. So I mean,
Well,
I gotta take more. You know?
It's like that Hypernol, like
Is that
old
how it
SNL skit with Chris Farley, where you just take it
yeah.
and you pass out for like 6 months and you wake up and you're not sick.
So, for all you kids listening or watching this, take medicine as prescribed. Chris Farley died from a drug overdose. Not the best role model.
If
True.
WebMD would like to sponsor our podcast, send your emails.
Are you wearing a Colorado Rocky shirt right now?
I'm wearing a Grand Junction Rockies shirt.
Oh,
Even
Jesus.
better. Even better.
So when I was in Junction, I won this shirt, and I think we've talked about how I don't buy clothes. Like I either inherit clothes, or I find clothes, or clothes are given to me for holidays, and that's how I get
I
clothes.
steal them from homeless people.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't need that. That's like a long sleeve shirt, and it's summer, so
It
I'll
was
take
in your
that.
trash bag. It's fair game if it's in your trash bag.
Right? Yeah. So, anyways, I was my parents took me to a Grand Junction Rockies game because we have a minor
Stoker
league team.
Stadium?
Yeah, Stoker Stadium.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And actually, it was actually really fun. You know, like, I played baseball all through middle school and high school, and I do enjoy baseball. I got burnt out on playing it.
I wonder if we ever played baseball against each other.
Probably do.
I played baseball every single year in Colorado.
I played Little League from T-ball all the way through junior varsity in high school. So, there's a good chance we probably played against each
We
other.
probably played, you son of a bitch.
Yep. Anyways, and so, like, I ended up getting out of it because I got a job when I was in high school, and I was like, I can't balance these, and I don't care enough about sports to pursue this, and I'm never going to be a professional. I'm not good enough. So I just gave up on it. And but anyways, so we went to a Junction Rockies game, and like while we were there, like the mascot was running around with like a T-shirt gun or whatever, and he was like, you know, whoever's got an Alpine Bank debit card, first one to pull it out gets a free shirt. And my mom was like, I've got one of those. And she like whipped it out, and she like got a shirt, and it was like exactly my size, so she gave it to me.
when I first moved to Utah, people all asked me what Grand Junction was like. And I was like, okay, so you look around here, and you know how there's like a Mormon church on like every corner, literally? And people are like, yeah. I'm like, replace those with liquor stores. Grand Junction.
All right.
Straight up.
So we should probably like inform the viewers at this point, actually like 30 minutes ago, that we're all from a small town in Colorado called Grand Junction, Colorado, between...
A rich, sprawling city.
It's the place you stop when you're traveling between Salt Lake and Denver.
Yeah. It's pretty close to Moab. It's also called the, was it wine...
Wine country
wine
of
capital?
Colorado?
Yeah, wine country of Colorado, something
like
like
that.
Yeah, the wine, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
but...
in Palisade, which is a suburb, basically, it's a small city that's basically Grand Junction. I mean, call it what you want.
Right.
It's known for its peaches. So it's like the only place besides Georgia it's like known for really good peaches.
I had Palisade peaches just a couple days ago.
And Olathe
selling them at a gas station I was at. They were awesome. Palisade peaches are the best.
They're pretty good.
They're super good.
But yeah, so we're all from a small, shitty town, originally. Some of us left before others.
Some of us think it's more shitty than others.
Yeah.
Those of us who actually went to high school there think it's really shitty. Those of us who got out in elementary, it's pretty cool. I caught a lot of frogs in my backyard. It was awesome.
It's a one-horse town for show.
Faux show. So everyone, next time you're in Grand Junction, which you will be, because if you're ever traveling east or west on the 70, you're in Grand Junction.
You have to pass through it.
You're going to have to stop by, not a 7-Eleven because there aren't any. You're going to stop at some other weird brand.
A Loco
gas station.
Food.
A Loco.
Foods.
Yes.
Yep.
Or
they got a bunch of new ones. A bunch of like new, really nice. Like there's like these new convenience stores they have there. That was the first time I saw them was the last time I visited this summer. And they're like these they're like the Walmarts of convenience stores, but I can't remember what the fuck they're called.
Come and Goes?
No, this has been around for a while.
Are they Mavericks? Because here in Utah we have a ton of Mavericks.
Maverik.
Yeah, Mavericks are actually sweet. They're pretty nice convenience stores.
My mom was telling me about how my brother, like, in high school, that was where they hung out. Like, everyone was like, we're going to meet at the Maverik. And my mom would be like, I'm, like, looking through his debit card, like, receipts. He spent, like, $45 at Maverik. How do you do that? And it's like, I'm sure if it's, like, any other convenience store, it's, like, 2 pieces of beef jerky and, like, a beer they paid a bum for. And
so I have to back up a second. Like, I just like the idea of a nice gas station, like, a nice convenience store. Does that basically mean that, like, you go into the bathroom and it has... like, not shit all over the walls?
Oh my god.
No. Here, this is the truth. When I am traveling around Utah, because there are many Mavericks, pooping in a Maverick bathroom is like pooping at home.
Yeah.
It's super clean.
It's nice.
Usually quiet.
Maverik,
air conditioned. There's like gentle music playing.
I am down for that.
The stalls like go from floor to ceiling almost, and they're like almost soundproof.
There's like a guy with mints that you have to tip that's actually like watching you shit, which is really awkward.
Right. Yep. No, but he's blind and he plays the piano, and it's incredible. It's awesome.
Like all
and then they're just like super well taken care of. Lots of product, like tons of drinks, stuff that you can't find anywhere else, and just like they're nice. I like them.
All right, people who don't like porn and alcohol, Utah. I may be taking a lot of fiber and driving down to you guys on the weekends. Just check your plumbing.
You should do it anytime you're going through Utah. If the urge to purge calls, look for a Maverik. That's all I'm saying. Don't go to 7-Elevens. That's where your kidneys get taken out and sold in Mexico.
Although 7-Eleven, there's 7-Elevens everywhere in Portland. They've got these new, like, stuffed Dorito things. Have you seen these?
The 3Ds?
Yeah, the 3Ds. Yeah. Like, I haven't tried one yet, but I want to.
Well, to be fair, 7-Elevens are everywhere except for Grand Junction.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, do you know why that 7-Elevens just made, like, a huge comeback and there's so many more?
Because Japan had them and they sold them back?
No, Japan now owns them.
Oh, they still own them? Oh,
yeah.
I thought
Japan did, like, a massive takeover.
Okay.
They just bought Sprint, too.
Really?
Yeah, SoftBank, I want to say.
Do any of you guys use Sprint?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Don't listen to the next few seconds. And before I tell this story, I will say, Sprint, if you want to sponsor us, you can email Anton. No, so where I took my 2-year religiously affiliated vacation was Kansas, and the world headquarters of Sprint is in Kansas. We have a picture, because we all had Sprint cell phones, We have a picture standing across the street from the Sprint World headquarters. 0 bars.
No service. I knew
0
it.
bars.
Yes.
No service. So it's awesome because it was just like, what a joke. What a joke. But that being said, I'm on freaking T-Mobile, so I can tell you all about no service.
I will tell you that I've had Sprint my entire life. I've never had anything but Sprint, and it's just because I get into the contract and I stay in the contract, and it's like, why move? It's like I give you $200 for the next 2 years. Let's just do it. You know.
Here's the thing. I don't blame you at all because I was in the exact same situation, but the problem was I was with AT&T, and they became a monster, literally a monster, and I had to get out.
See, I was
with them since I was 16.
I may go to T-Mobile next. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Here's the thing. Even if you don't love their service, their business model right now is pretty kick-ass. Like, it's all about let's help out the actual consumer and do cool stuff for them.
Yeah.
Which I'm totally down with. I mean, I still think that at the end of the day, they're probably an evil, heartless corporation that just wants money.
But there's a lesser evil of the
Exactly.
companies.
Well, that's like right here in Utah where I am at, we only have 2 internet providers, and it's literally Satan, Comcast himself, and this company called... I don't even remember what they're called CenturyLink. And
DSL.
CenturyLink, DSL, and they
Seattle?
only do like 3 megs up.
Yep.
So it was go with Comcast and get like 10 megs, or go with this other company that's probably less evil and get 3. I was like, I have to bite the bullet.
Mm-hmm.
The great news is when you move to Portland, your options will expand to Comcast or CenturyLink. So,
Nice.
Congratulations. You're still in the same fucking bracket.
Right. Well, I'm just waiting for Google Fiber to get up to me, because if it doesn't get up soon, I'm going to it. It's not far.
It's coming. Google, you're coming here. Listen to me. I need your fiber.
I need
Bring
your
it
internet.
to me. I need your nets. I got stuff to download.
Legally. Totally legally.
And upload. I want to... Oh, my God. I run a media server that I share with all my friends, that all of my legally obtained content I share legally with all of my friends. Legally. And...
The more you say legally, the more shady it sounds.
The more I believe you.
Once is
Keep
fine.
going.
Just once is fine.
So I can download it like super fast. It's like, I want to download that episode of new TV show through my legal Amazon iTunes service very quickly. And then when I share it with my friends, it's like I have
Amazon iTunes service.
Who do you get TV through legally these days? I don't know. Fuck. So
HBO Go streaming.
Yes, HBO. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot about that. HBO Go.
But then I have 10 meg up, so it's like I come home and like my upload is just fucking capped for hours because people are streaming 720 shit for me. So it's like why can't I have 50 down? Yeah. Legally. The pipe is the same. There isn't. It's not like they run like a big tube and a small tube to you. It's the same fucking tube.
Tube. The internet is a
series of tubes.
It's a series of
equally sized.
It's not a truck. It's a series of tubes.
So, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be the one to say this, but should we talk about something besides the shitty small town we're from?
Yeah, we should probably edit this down a little bit too.
No way. I don't
think
it's
I actually think this is the first time we should not edit it. It's been pretty legit so far.
Episode 1. Right here. This is it.
One day we'll give you guys like the back episodes. We'll let you guys listen to like our trial podcast, the last 2 or 3 we've done. And you're gonna be like, man, those fuckers should have started with this Grand Junction shit. That's where it's at. I want to go visit so I can know where Anton and Ryan are from.
So, Grand Junction Tourism Board, if you want to sponsor our podcast.
Absolutely.
Dude, they probably would too. That would be awesome.
Let's talk about sort of like the internet, like time suck. So, when we were younger, there really wasn't like Wikipedia and stuff like that. Like if we wanted to like really like dive into something deep, we had to go to the library, unless of course like our parents had a large enough book collection or wait for the History Channel or stuff like that. Yeah. But now it's like, I'll watch Home Alone and then like 30 minutes later I'm still on Wikipedia on like Brett Ratner's page or something. So
I thought you were going to say like the sconce architecture in New York.
Yeah. Just like really
Wikipedia
anything.
Tangents, it's like how fast can you get to Hitler, right? That's the game we always play. Yeah.
Well, I heard that the best game is what you do is look up any topic that you can think of, anything, like it can be as random as you want, click on the first hot link that's actually in the body of the text, like none of the like disambiguation or whatever bullshit. In the first one, always leads you to philosophy. You'll always get back to philosophy. And I mean, if you watch the logical progression every time, it makes sense because everything leads back to like ideas, you know, and it's like, okay, makes sense, but it's a fun game.
At this time, I would like to plead to our viewers to not turn off our podcast. Keep listening.
Right.
That
might be the part that we do edit. I'm going to edit it so it sounds like the second link he clicked on.
Yeah, the director's cut of this will not have this edited, but the rest will.
Right. Mm-hmm. The 4-disc edition.
Yeah.
So internet suck, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I think we pretty much covered that.
We just sunk a bunch of time into the internet. No, honestly,
that right there.
One of my favorite webcomics I ever saw was just like two friends sitting on a couch, and it was like a bunny and a turtle or whatever. And the huge like title of the comic was Life Before Google. And the one guy says to the other, he says like, I want to know more about like airplanes, and his buddy is like, tough shit. And it's just like, that really was the answer.
Yep.
Like, oh well.
Maybe
you want to know more? There's not really an easy solution.
Yep. Maybe have more imagination. You know, like what are airplanes? What do airplanes mean?
What do airplanes?
Fucking magnets, man. How do they work?
How do they work?
What the fuck is a clock?
I'm not gonna live by these rules.
So I think that one thing that we do have to mention while we're still on this topic, however, is Reddit.
Yeah.
What about?
And about how literally I'll open Reddit and the next thing I know it's the next day at 6 a.m.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, I know that my employer is probably going to listen to this at some point, but, like, when I open a web page, like, to do anything, I just instinctively click on, like, you know, I've got Google Chrome, so Google, if you want to sponsor the podcast, it's got, like the most visited, you know, websites, and aside from the porn, it's, like, Reddit is, like, number one.
Pornhub, Reddit.
Yeah. It's like all the hubs, you know, the various...
Yeah.
You know,
the
hubs.
various
YouPorn, YouTube, it's a common mistake.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah,
right,
you don't make that mistake.
RedTube.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, it's like Reddit. And so, like, I'll just instinctively click on it. It's like, even if I'm going to do something productive, like, I'm going to open it to bring up CRM, to enter my timesheet. It's like the first thing I'm going to do is check just see if there's any new blue links. I mean, it's one page. I might as well see if there's new blue links. It'll take a second, and then I'll do what I'm going to do. And then, like, 20 minutes later, I'm like, fuck, I was supposed to be doing something. Like,
so I'm going to go like a little bit hipster here, okay. But I remember in like 2011 was like when like I first kind of like got hooked on Reddit, and at the time like the front page wasn't as terrible as it is right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it was like a lot more just like weird and like people talking about weird stuff. Right. But now like I've kind of had to like hide myself into like browsing like subreddits.
Yeah, no. Subreddits,
like, do you guys like have to do the same thing?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Reddit Enhancement Suite is the only way to go. Like, you have to have it. You have to have your subreddits picked. You have to know. Like, one of my new favorite, like, hashtags, which I love that Reddit does hashtags super sarcastically, but one of my favorite Reddit hashtags is Summer Reddit.
Yep.
Because it's just like, all summer Reddit is awful. And it really is. Like, you can see the quality of posts just go into the shitter as soon as kids get out of school. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, well, I'll just come back in 3 months when there's like decent posts. But
it's like, the internet over the last 10 years, you guys are posting it. Cool.
Right.
Thanks.
But that's why subreddits are so awesome, is because most people that are that caliber of user don't do subreddits. It's like they're either posting to like advice animals or funny. So it's like, block that shit. Honestly, anymore, I think my favorite subreddit is Mildly Interesting, because it's just like, it's full of just stuff where you're like,
you're right,
like, that's cool, I like that. You know,
so I was into like Stumble Upon, way before Reddit, which I still like Stumble, but I still feel is better than Reddit, even though I visit Reddit more. But I feel I do the exact same thing every time I hit a StumbleUpon link or a Reddit link, which is I just click on it and I go, neat, and like the next one.
Yeah,
that's like essentially 99 point.
Like I think people, a lot more now. Like that's like a thing. Like I bet no generation in history has ever, so much. I bet we, at a rate that is unprecedented.
Yeah, our
Like
per minute.
hundreds of
like
millions of
way higher.
per minute. Yeah.
It was funny because Stumble Upon, I'm going to tell you a quick story because I don't want to be an internet time suck. A quick story about how Stumble Upon changed my life, and that is, it took me to a website called Live Plasma. I'll link it to both of you.
No.
And by that I mean, I'm going to tell you about it right now. Go to it. You type in any movie or artist, like music artist that you like, and it creates live webs of other artists that you'll like influences, like it's awesome. It's so good. Like the movie one is interesting because it not only does like movies that are in like similar genres, but it will also do like, oh, this actor is also in all of these, and this director also directed all of these, and this. So it's like this really comprehensive web of different ways that other movies are tied to it. It's awesome. I still go to it to this day.
Yeah,
it's really awesome. Stumble Upon. It's awesome.
So I did Stumble Upon for a while, but I'm gonna pull out my inner hipster here. If you're gonna be hipster, Ryan, I'll be hipster.
Sure.
I was definitely 4channing before it was cool.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like when it was like.
Don't worry, still not cool.
Yeah.
It gets like 35 million unique hits a day. It's officially cool. Like it's known, it's popular, and it's to the point where like they're banning shit all the time now. Like it's no longer like this free board where you can like
it used
post
to be really fucking sweet.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, you could post motherfucking anything there, like anything, and it would sit there. I mean, except for like massively illegal shit that would like kind of get trimmed by the mods if they were awake, you know.
Right.
Like those were the days when that like opened my eyes to the craziest shit, and like that back when like memes like were spawned and dead within an hour, and like you would talk to people about something like, I've never even fucking heard of that, you know?
Right.
Like those were the days. That's my favorite like internet time wasting. Like that was like 2 years that, you know, you just scroll to the bottom B, scroll to the bottom B, scroll to the bottom B, and it was just the best.
What's funny
I want to
is
say that
neither
was like,
of the things you guys just said are hipster. They're just truth. You both just spoke truth.
I want to say like the
But there was a time when I was like, when I tell people, I'm like, well, what were you doing last night? I was like, oh, I just 4chan for like 5 hours. Like the 4 what? What the fuck is that? Chan? Is that some kind of gay thing? So like that's.
Yeah, I want to say like the golden age, like for me at least for like 4chan was like 06 to 08.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Like that was
What's so funny is I still remember my very first ever experience with 4chan is it was this buddy who was kind of like conservative and really religious, and he liked 4chan, but he liked it specifically for tabletop gaming. Because I guess the tabletop gaming community on 4chan is like super legit and like really responsive. People ask questions about new games, get feedback almost immediately, right? And he's trying to explain 4chan to me, right? And he's like, yeah, so it's like this thing where anybody can post anything. He's like, there are a few boards you should never go to because they're really inappropriate, like B and stuff like that. And he's like, so let's go to one of these other ones. And he's like, what's something that you're interested in? And I'm like, I don't know. Video.
There's a thread for that.
Space sticks? No, I was like, no, video games. And he's like, awesome. So he clicks the video games link. Freaking first thing, giant picture of lesbian porn on the video games board. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, no, I'll be back.
Like, leave it. Yeah.
Mental check.
I'm gonna act super offended in front of you to save face, but that's bookmarked. What's really funny though is like the one thing that drove me away from 4chan, and you guys were both using it before I was, so this might have always been a thing and I'm just too much of an old man, but what finally drove me away is like the really specific, strange lingo that everyone talks in, and I didn't know it. You know what I mean? So like everyone is speaking in like references to other 4chan things and reference other 4chan things, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, I don't...
Like, once you get into that culture, like, and the thing about it is that that was why it was addictive, is you had to, like, keep up. You know, people would be referencing, you know, memes that are based on references that they're so deep that you have to, like, go back and research and figure out what they mean, or if you sometimes you couldn't figure it out. It's like you missed it. You just fucking missed it and just cruise past these posts because you'll never get it.
Yeah, there would be, like, a post late at night, and then, like, the next day they're talking about it. And if you weren't on 4chan that night, you have no idea what's going on.
Which is where the Gandalf
Yeah,
meme
exactly.
comes
I was
from,
just
right?
about to say that.
In the Mines of Moria, where it's like, why is everyone talking about peanut butter buttholes? Like, what happened while I was gone?
And that happens to like a certain extent on Reddit. But the thing about Reddit is like you have to be gone for like a week, and then you'll come back and you'll be like, what?
Well, and it's like, it's almost like it's like easy mode, because there's entire subreddits dedicated to filling you in on what you missed. Like, I think it's actually called, like, was it like R What I Missed, or like R, I don't know. I can't think of it right now. Sorry, Mod. There's some subreddit dedicated specifically to keeping you up to date with what's happening with what you missed.
Right.
I'm sure we're going to talk about this eventually anyways, but with the whole Fappening thing that's been happening, it always reminds me instantly of that Always Sunny scene where she was like,
website?
Yeah. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
He posted my news on one of those skeezy websites. Oh, that's terrible. That's horrible. Who would do that? Which one? There's so many.
There's so many websites. Which website did he post them on?
Which one?
That's terrible.
Right. So I'm gonna toss in my 2 cents on it real quick. So like all over the news, they're saying like whose fault is it? We shouldn't be blaming like the women and stuff like that. Like on like a tier of like most at fault to least, and 3 possibilities, I would say it's obviously the person who like hacked the profile.
Right. Number 1.
That's number 1.
Right.
Number 2 is the people hosting whatever is storing those photos.
Right.
That's making it able. Third is that person for taking naked photos.
Yeah.
Because number 1, you don't have to do that.
Right.
And the average person should know, like, if you do that and post them anywhere connected to the internet, there's always a slight possibility of those being open to everyone in the entire world.
I mean, and I think that's really what this whole argument is going to come down to, right? Is like all 3 of us here, we all have cell phones, right? And we also go on the internet to websites like 4chan. So we understand that there are certain things you just don't want to make public in any way. Even if you think it's private, you probably shouldn't do it, right? Yeah. However, there is something to be said for if you own a personal electronic device, it is not ridiculous for you to expect a certain amount of security and privacy on your device, right? Yeah. Which, I mean, that defense, sure, I'm not arguing against that at all, but I agree with you. It's like, at the end of the day, if they didn't exist, this wouldn't be an issue. Like, it's not a thing. That being said, I don't want to discourage every girl ever from taking nude photos of themselves, so whatever. Do what you will. Live your life.
I don't know. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and maybe this will sound abrasive or, I don't know, maybe ignorant, but
I'm excited. Hit me with it.
I'm going to blame this 100% on the people who took the pictures. I mean, I agree. I agree that you should have an expectation of privacy. I think that, it's wrong for people to hack into your stuff. But here's the thing. Even if you're not technically savvy, even if you don't understand what it means that taking a picture on an internet-connected device could eventually lead to your dick pics being posted on Reddit, like,
Remind me, I've got a story about dick pics. Continue.
Right.
No, it's a good one.
We'll save that one for later. Put that in the spank bank.
Right.
But even before this existed, like, if I just had a Polaroid camera, I'm not going to take Polaroids of my dick and leave them under my bed, because I assume...
For the tooth fairy.
Yeah, for the dick fairy. Like, I assume that, one of these days my mom's going to clean my room, or,
Is that Navi? Is Navi the dick fairy?
Yeah, listen. If you put your dick anywhere that's not in your pants, someone's going to see it. If you hang it out the window, if you put it on a Polaroid, if you draw, like, you remember Superbad when that guy drew all those pictures of dicks and he thought it was super private? They ended up getting out. If you put
treasure trove of dicks?
Yeah. If you put your dick anywhere, if you put your tits anywhere besides in your clothing, someone is going to see it. And I'm not trying to discourage that from happening. It's going to happen, but you shouldn't have an expectation of privacy with these things. It's going to get out, and it's your fucking fault. J-Law, love you, but this is your fault. You took all those pictures of your tits, and now they're on the internet. That's what happens. You're young. You know what an internet-connected device is. When someone had their phone out and they took pictures of you naked, you had to know that those were not going to be put into the super secure, password-protected, key-pass-safe vault on their phone that they're then going to lock inside the hotel locker with a combination lock and a laser grid defense system.
Right, and we've all seen Ocean's 11. That shit doesn't work anyway.
It doesn't work either. Tom Cruise is going to break in and steal your shit. It's going to happen. Shit gets lost. Shit gets dropped, shit gets stolen, shit gets hacked, and especially if you're a celebrity. You already have people outside your door trying to take your picture 24/7. You got to know that if you take your own picture and store it anywhere, they're gonna steal it.
Which also brings us to not only where you're storing it, but ex or current boyfriends that are taking those pictures. In the past, I've had lewd photos of ex-girlfriends, and luckily for them, I've never posted anything like that, and
I'm not an asshole.
Yeah, and they've all been deleted. But at the same time, I could have been one of those dudes that did post all those, which would have sucked. Maybe you just don't take those pictures for your bill.
Here's the thing, I honestly think, I do, the only reason that I hesitate to agree 100% is because I do feel bad. You know what I mean? That does suck. However, the one way that I will absolutely agree with you, 100%, is where, to me, it becomes ridiculous, is that there is now, such, I am so offended. I want, an investigation. I want people punished. I'm gonna sue anyone who, and it's first of all, it's the internet. If you're going to sue anyone who's seen the picture now, you're going to be suing every single guy in America.
Everyone forever.
Basically. Yeah. I'm going to say every single guy and the interested women in America. And I hope that there's quite a few of those. But, it's just it does suck. I feel really bad that you had this expectation, that you thought that they were private, that they were your own, that they were something special, that it got out. That does suck. But it's kind of there's no use crying over spilled milk. It's over. The best you can do now is learn from your mistakes, excuse the expression, take one on the chin, and just, get it over with. You know what I mean? It's over. It's done. There's nothing, the FBI is going to launch this, quote unquote, Jennifer Lawrence wants the FBI to launch this investigation to find out who did the hacking and who did and it's just it's done. It is now on 1 million private hard drives, and you will never, ever get it off the internet.
Oh, never.
And you're Streisanding it now. That's all you're doing. Yep. The more you talk about it, the more people are going to want to see it. That's all it is. If you would have there are plenty of the people who were in that leak who've just said, well, fuck it. That sucks. But then those are going to die off a lot faster.
What was really funny is when I saw it. So I'll be the first to say, I still haven't seen the photos. I know. I'm a little behind the times. Don't judge me.
Me either.
I'm going to tell you why. No, I'm going to actually explain why. So I looked at the list of people that were featured, right, that got leaked, right? And the first, name that I saw that I was whatever, was Kate Upton. And I'm we've all seen it.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's nothing new. There's yeah, exactly, whatever. But then as I was scrolling down the list a little bit further, Brie Larson was on the list. Okay. She is one of my crushes, where it's she's the girl next door, and she's the type of girl where if I see her naked, I want her to want me to see her naked, and it ruined it for me. It ruined it. I just got out. Sure. I was I can't do it. I can't do it.
I saw the list, and 95% of the people on that list, I had no effing clue who any of those people were.
Any of them, dude.
Yeah.
I know Mary Elizabeth Winstead because she was Ramona in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Yeah, I knew her, fucking Catching Fire,
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, that chick, and then Kate Upton. I don't think I knew of anyone else on that list.
The shit that they are now, and argue with me all you want, but current Apple products are shit. They've gone downhill. We can get into it another time. But
I slight disagree while it's an agree. They haven't gone downhill. They just haven't followed the trend uphill.
Yeah,
they're totally stagnant. They haven't made anything new for 10 years, and it's okay, whatever. Right.
I'm mostly upset about the convergence of the OS and the fact that they're always playing catch up and then claiming it's revolutionary.
Right.
I know I'm going to get a ton of Apple fanboy hate for that, but
that's okay.
That's just how
Apple,
I feel.
if you want to sponsor the podcast.
Yeah. But so anyways, even though I'm the first person to jump on, the Apple did something wrong bandwagon, I don't think they did anything wrong here. They provide a service. The service is only so secure. They're not they're not promising you that they're giving you iCloud Vault that is unhackable, unpenetratable. I mean, it's only as secure as the 4-digit PIN on your phone. And
penetratable.
Yeah. It can be penetrated. So, yeah, and don't blame them for this. They provide a service, they provide technology, and if you're listening to this and you're not super technologically savvy, understand that every service you use has flaws, it has vulnerabilities. The reason you get patches for everything and updates for everything all the time is because the people are constantly finding new ways to break into stuff, to crack stuff, to find ways to penetrate into your stuff. And they will do it. And they're trying to fix it all the time, and they're working hard. There are people who get paid good money, 40 hours a week, to make your stuff better, but it's never going to be perfect because those people who are working 40 hours a week and getting paid to fix it, there are people at home working just as hard to get into your stuff, and that's the nature of the internet.
Right. The best explanation for that I ever heard. It's the same. So I took a bunch of lock picking courses, and it's the exact same premise. Like, secure servers are the exact same thing as a deadbolt. They keep honest people honest. They will do nothing to stop someone who wants to get in and wants at your stuff.
Yeah, eventually they will.
It's just time and effort, and that's all that it takes. It's just like safes or anything. It's like every year someone comes out with a new unbreakable safe, and it is unbreakable until someone breaks into it, and then it's not anymore. So it's just like I am not the type of person who like urges everyone like, oh, live in your bunker and don't have anything public and everything like that. Just know that if you put compromising shit where it can be got at, it will be got at.
They provide a service, they provide technology, and if you're listening to this and you're not super technologically savvy, understand that every service you use has flaws, it has vulnerabilities. The reason you get patches for everything and updates for everything all the time is because the people are constantly finding new ways to break into stuff, to crack stuff, to find ways to penetrate into your stuff. And they will do it. And they're trying to fix it all the time, and they're working hard. There are people who get paid good money, 40 hours a week, to make your stuff better, but it's never going to be perfect because those people who are working 40 hours a week and getting paid to fix it, there are people at home working just as hard to get into your stuff, and that's the nature of the internet.
Right. The best explanation for that I ever heard. It's the same. So I took a bunch of lock picking courses, and it's the exact same premise. Like, secure servers are the exact same thing as a deadbolt. They keep honest people honest. They will do nothing to stop someone who wants to get in and wants at your stuff.
Eventually they will.
It's just time and effort, and that's all that it takes. It's just like safes or anything. It's like every year someone comes out with a new unbreakable safe, and it is unbreakable until someone breaks into it, and then it's not anymore. So it's just like I am not the type of person who like urges everyone like, oh, live in your bunker and don't have anything public and everything like that. Just know that if you put compromising shit where it can be got at, it will be got at.
Yeah, like,
that's all there is to it.
I've used and currently use like cloud products, but I don't post anything on there that has like, for instance, social security numbers or anything like that. I just post like BS stuff because I know that one of these days, people are going to hack every account on there and they're going to grab possibly my information. And if they do, then I don't give a crap because they have like saved articles and whatever else is in my account.
No, that's like, I use Google Docs, or I guess it's now Google Drive, for like, I do a lot of writing. Like, I like writing short stories, writing different things, and I use Google Drive for like all of it. And it doesn't worry me because it's like if someone breaks in, they just get all my personal stuff. But it was funny because one day, like, just reflex kicked in, and I decided I was going to make a document or like a spreadsheet of all of my passwords just to have, and I automatically went to Drive instead of going to like my own personal like Excel or whatever, and I like do the whole thing and I finish it, and then I'm like, this is the worst idea ever. Like, this is not awesme.
Yeah,
because your Drive account worked. Google and trust you.
Yeah, your Drive account worked fine until Steven Spielberg came out with a movie called 8mm, and that was your script.
Right, exactly. No, it really was. That's a true story.
Wait, actually, 8mm I think was a Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah, it was not at all.
It was not.
But I'll give you get props. It doesn't matter.
take away your movie.
Wait, what was the Goonies Cloverfield ripoff movie called again?
Super 8.
Super 8. That's
8.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Also not Steven Spielberg.
No, he did. He had something to do with it.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he produced.
Yeah,
It was J.J. Abrams. Straight up.
Yeah, because of the lens flares. I always keep
forgetting. J.J. Abrams. As I like to call him. J.J. Abrams.
Anamorphic lenses. Lens flares.
Here's the thing. I love J.J. Abrams, and I love that he did come out after Into Darkness, and he said, yeah, the lens flares were ridiculous. Like, I'll tone it down. I need to calm it with that shit. And also, my favorite appearance of J.J. Abrams ever was in the song Cool Guys Don't Look at Explosions.
Yep.
He shows up for the random keyboard solo, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Super cool.
Well.
So that's what I have to say about that. I mean, I don't have anything else to say on the topic.
Me neither.
If you got private stuff, just assume
keep it private. Find a place to keep it private.
Or assume it's not private. The internet is not a safe place. And everything you own is connected to the internet. So when we say the internet is not safe, we mean everything you own is not safe.
Yeah.
Just be aware.
Well, it's funny because we here now as three friends talking on the internet, I will say no one on the internet is your friend. Like, they're just not. You can talk to someone for years through the internet, and they will take your shit and post it until the sun doesn't shine anymore. And it's just, it is what it is. That being said, I trust you guys implicitly and will send you all my dick pics. Oh, quick dick pic story. This is a true story. So, my friend Tim and I used to be a member of a local hackerspace here called, the Transistor. We had a laser cutter and a 3D printer, and we had this really great business model where we were going to make guitar picks shaped like male genitalia and call it dick pics. And we even looked up the website, dick pics, spelled like a guitar pick instead of like a picture, right? And it's parked, and someone wants like a shit ton of money.
Of course, damn it.
So it's like, no way. Nope, not buying dickpics.com.
What about picsdicks.com?
Yeah, we didn't look after that. The wind got taken out of our sails pretty hard. But
like 1inchdicks.com?
We made some awesome prototypes. That's all I have to say.
I thought for a second you were going to say you were 3D printing and selling your dicks.
That's what I thought too. I was like, dildo shaped as your dog.
I was like, I just watched Neighbors, and so that applies.
Yeah, no, that service already exists. Like, we already knew that market was tapped. It's not worth it.
That market does not need to be cornered.
No, it is firmly cornered already.
Firmly.
Right.
Zing. It's a pretty stiff market.
Right. Stiff market to penetrate into.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope my mom is listening to this.
The great thing is going to be if this podcast is probably going to be fairly unknown for a while, but one day when we strike it big, people are going to go back and listen to our back catalog and be like, what the fuck, you guys?
Right. When we're hugely famous.
When we're hugely famous.
And our dick pics are getting leaked and people are freaking out about it.
That is like, yeah, one of the few things I thought was like kind of really funny, like thinking about like leaked nude photos is that, you know, like how like horrible and like traumatizing it must be for like women, especially like, you know, women in like limelight getting like their like private, like fully nude photos leaked. But dudes fucking send their dicks to anyone who wants to like take a 5-second. Even if they don't want to look, we send them to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, hey,
all you gotta do is say hi.
Yeah.
Like, here's my dick. Check us out.
Like, hey, my name's Ryan. Give me your phone number. I'm gonna send you a picture of my dick right away.
Just because we want you to know what you're getting yourself into. I mean, I feel like we're more honest. You know, like here's your expectation. You know, here's a banana for scale.
No push-up bras, no high heels, no makeup. Here's my dong.
Do what you want with it. Yep.
Oh my hell, you guys! No, I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay. Don't send me pictures.
On the record, I've never sent a dick pic to anyone. So
I have not either.
I want that out there, you know.
Oh, well, if I was ever going to,
I don't own a lens.
I would go like very elaborate. Like I would dress it up, put some nice like Italian countryside pictures behind it, like maybe like some like perfect lighting,
a little hat, you know.
Yeah. Like I'd be like my dick in the. Like my dick in the, Italian countryside for the weekend.
Like if anything, I'd probably do like a dick calendar, like 12 themes, yes. You know, like your Christmas dick, we got like your Easter dick, you know, like I want to have fun with it at the very least, and I just hang it in my room. That way, if you get that far, then it's not like I didn't send you a dick pic. You wanted to know what today's date was, and you received a festive picture of my dick.
Well, then you can be like, I didn't send you my dick in a pic. I sent you some fucking art.
That's right. I sent you something useful, something you can hang in your cubicle.
Yeah.
You know, something that is productive.
Some postmodern art. Thank you.
Also my dick.
Yeah.
Let's talk
That
about
happens.
the statue of David really quick.
What about it?
When's the last time you looked at the statue of David?
I've never been there, so...
Well, right. Pictures work.
I don't know.
Dick pics work. Let's just say it's not impressive. He shouldn't have been sending that picture around.
Yeah, that's true. That's possibly the first.
Well, I'm sure he wasn't like, look at this statue of me, man. It's
right. Well, since he had been dead for like 6,000 years, I agree with you. He probably, yeah. But whoever stood in as the model, poor guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy maybe like the sculptor had a beef with the guy that he was sculpting. He was like, I get the final say on this.
I'm sure he had a beef with him.
Or shrinkage.
I don't know.
Could just be shrinkage.
It was super cold. I mean, marble's cold, right?
Well, maybe he's a grower, not a shower.
There weren't heaters back then. I mean, it's not like they could just like turn on like forced air, you know, like.
Yeah, right. Terrible.
Stand there for a long time.
All right, let's stop talking about penises.
Okay.
We're not going anywhere from
Where do you go from there?
Where do you come from? Where do you go? All right.
I heard a pretty sweet like techno remix of that song the other day.
No, you didn't, because there's no such thing as a good version of that song, and I'm so pissed at you now because it's going to be stuck in my head for like 5 days. It
was called Druid Sandstorm.
Oh no!
I'll look it up.
Okay.
Druid Sandstorm, shit. That CD that Sandstorm was on was my jam.
No,
in like
dude, I love
03.
that. Oh, me too, dude.
Oh, you guys, this is serious time. I found the greatest new band, and you both need to listen, because it's up both of your alleys.
2 fingers, wow. All right.
Arm Cannon.
Arm Cannon.
Just look up Arm Cannon. It should be the first result. They have all of their stuff available. You can listen to it. They do remakes of classic video game music, and then like they have a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme, a Ghostbusters theme, and everything. Their first album is called Arm Cannon Leg Vacuum. Their second album is called Return of the Legend of the Attack of the Pizor 2. And then their third album is called Arm Cannon 3 Leg Vacuum 2. And it's great. No, it's like the perfect music to just turn on and then just like stop thinking.
So is it
like for work and stuff?
So they essentially grab 8 and 16-bit music and do it like fully like orchestrated?
Well, like electronic guitars,
okay.
synthesizers, stuff like that. So,
I'm trying to remember the name of the website. I watch a ton of YouTube guys, but Total Biscuit, he's always plugging this website at the end of his videos that has like really sweet video game related music, and I cannot remember it, but it's full of just like free music that's from really, really great artists. But I can't
another thing that I would totally plug, because you just brought it up and it's awesome, is just recently, who was it? Let's see here. Blake Robinson. Okay, so there is an orchestra called the Blake Robinson Symphony Orchestra. No. Blake Robinson Synthetic Orchestra, and they have done a 3-album tribute to Chrono Trigger.
Whoa.
So it's fully orchestrated Chrono Trigger music. It's so good. It's really awesome. But, I mean, that's coming from a guy where Chrono Trigger is my jam.
I'm also going to plug Time Cop 1983 and Disaster Piece real quick.
As you
Good
should.
stuff.
It's ocremix.com. .org.
ocremix.org.
ocremix.org. Full of super legit music. I get so much shit from there. So everyone go check them out. They deserve all of your refreshes.
If you guys want to sponsor us, sponsor it.
Nice, Ryan. You got one in. I like it.
But even if you don't.
Right under the wire.
Right under the wire.
Super subtle. That's how I roll.
If you want to sponsor us, sponsor us.
Please give us money.
Everybody,
quit our
please.
jobs and just
we don't,
do this.
We don't want to work our shitty jobs
Oh man,
anymore.
don't even talk about how great it would be to just sit around and talk to each other.
People get paid for this shit. You know that? There are
Yeah.
people who like make a living just talking into cameras like this to their buddies.
Yeah. Yep.
I want to be one of those dudes, internet. Help me.
It will be soon enough. Soon enough. Positive thinking. Ryan and I will be in Portland. We will be famous. We'll get paid to do this.
High apple pie in the sky hopes, guys.
Right. Son of a bitch. Now that's going to be stuck in my head. I am the worst at that. Like, people talk all the time about songs getting stuck in your head. I think it happens to me worse than everybody else.
So, by me just like saying that may be the longest revenge I've ever had, because I think you got that song stuck in my head in like 95.
I did?
Yeah. It was like the Goof Troop movie came out.
Yeah.
And you sang that song, and that song has been stuck in my fucking head since
Ryan,
that movie.
I had no idea.
20
I
years
just
got you
holding
back.
this grudge for 20 years.
That is
I'm
the
so sorry that I was
coldest
the worst
revenge
friend ever.
possibly ever put on someone.
You know what though? I still have, dating pretty far back, I still have songs from Guitar Hero stuck in my head because when we worked at Best Buy in Grand Junction,
God.
we worked directly across the aisle from the Guitar Hero stand, and it was like the demo, so they only had like 4 songs available.
Yep.
So like anytime I hear any of those songs, it's just like instantly ingrained in my mind.
That and
what that is I worked at a Media Play, which it's like a competitor of Best Buy. It doesn't exist anymore, but it was. And we had in-store play, right? So they would just play songs over the radio. Toby Keith's I Ain't As Good As I Once Was. Still, like, I don't listen to country, but that song was on repeat for like 6 months.
Well,
and I heard it 20 times a day.
Well, yeah, I also remember, like, next to the Geek Squad outpost, the Anton and I were at, there were, like, CRT TVs in the checkout line, and Gnarls Barkley's Crazy was big right when we opened, and that was on, like, a fucking loop with, I don't know, like, 4, 5 other songs.
And they updated the loop, like, once a year.
Yeah,
so
right.
it was, like, way after it wasn't cool anymore. It was still playing.
After
like,
that, I think
every
it was
6 minutes.
Yeah, after that, I just remember Rihanna's Umbrella a lot.
Ella.
There's a lot of that.
Ella.
So,
Ella.
2 things that came to mind because of all this. One of them is my roommate. I also work with him, and he came up with the worst, dumbest challenge ever. We had a bet, and it was, there is a YouTube video that is 10 hours of Avicii's Wake Me Up. So we challenged each other to the first person to listen through all 10 hours of Wake Me Up. At 6 hours and 20 minutes, he came to me and said he gave up, and I had listened to 8 hours and 10 minutes of it.
So, alright, wait, I need to back up. For me and my viewers' sake. So, I assume you guys did this on a day off from work.
No. At work. All day, in the headphones, while we're working.
What? How would you guys work while listening to that all day, though? Like, I can understand if you have, like, one earbud in your ear all day.
Oh, I found out that that's what he was doing.
Okay.
I had 2 in. I was rocking both, and I just, like, I now know what prisoners at Guantanamo Bay feel like.
So,
it was miserable.
What I'll do is I have speakers at work, and it's like a cubicle farm, basically. What I'll do is there's a 24-hour YouTube video of the Enterprise background hum.
Yes! I have that saved!
Yep. I'll put that on, and I'll just, like, slowly, 1% at a time, like, turn it up until finally, like, after, like, 2 hours, somebody will be like, what the fuck is that noise? Because it takes so long.